Well, good afternoon, everyone. As I said, I will replace Karolina. I am Tanguy Constant, and I am community manager for the Totum Group SA. We are a Swiss company located in the Jura Canton, so the French-speaking part of Switzerland. And since 2017, we are specialized in the manufacture, homologation, selling of hemp-based products. We are a team of 25 collaborators in 6 countries in Europe. So in France, Switzerland, Poland, Luxembourg, Belgium, and Turkey. So between 2017 and 2019, we have been one of the founding members of the IGN of Switzerland, so the Industrial Hemp Union, and we were also a member of the SPC France Commission in 2020. That's all for the little introduction. Well, today I'm pleased to offer you a global overview of the Smokable hemp legal framework in Switzerland and Europe before leading a roundtable in which you are invited. Well, the presentation is structured in 4 big parts. First, we will look at the hemp subsidiaries branch in Switzerland and Europe. Secondly, I will focus on the European legal framework without going into a complex detail. Thirdly, we will look at the current French market, which is defined by its legal uncertainty and the opportunities that it presents. And to conclude, I will shed a light on the potential opportunities that are available to the market. Well, as you know, in Switzerland, flower intent to be smoked and containing less than 1% THC can be legally sold and purchased. Even if this legal limit had already been defined in 2011, CBD products were put only on the market 5 years later. Time to answer some question and to clarify some point with the authorities. It was also necessary to set up strong processes and to have the documentation validated. Well, as a result, the market overgrown since December of 2016. The current Swiss market structure includes a small set of permanent players and producer, a growing network of sellers, and of course, regulators. Among the producer, the market is divided between many players offering tobacco substitute or smokable hemp, and a few specializing in medical aspects and active ingredients. The size and the structure of the companies operating in the market are very diverse. They range from small independent producers to multinationals, and we must separate companies that only produce raw materials and those that also process and market them in the form of a ready-to-retail product. And in addition, we can also make a further distinction. Most companies producing or selling tobacco substitutes and a small number of specialized in the wellness market. This includes a dedicated store and mass distribution like Coop, Lidl, Denner, and franchised tobacco retailers, Naville, pharmacies, and gas stations. The market of hemp, of smokable hemp, seems to be gradually saturating since 2011, since 2 or 3 years, but it's still very stable. Even if there is an interest in CBD cigarettes, it is slowly diminishing. There is now a diverse range of store, concept, lounge, and kiosk, all of which sell mainly smokable products from abroad and import other CBD-containing products. And to be able to ensure sustainability in this market, we need to set up a double objective. On the one hand, it is about working more with local companies to launch quality and innovative Swiss product. The idea is to cover the demand for products from hemp and cosmetic containing CBD. And we also seen that the dietary supplement containing CBD have a future in Switzerland. However, in this field, the legal framework still need to be clarified. Finally, the Directive 2014 EU on tobacco and related product define all the smokable hemp framework. It concerns a product based on plant, herbs, or fruit, not containing tobacco and which can be consumed using a combustion process. The directive itself does not exclude the possibility that cannabis or derived product could be included in the category of herbal products. However, if this product can be used for smoking, they must comply with the provision of the TPD. Well, according professional, 2021, sorry, marked the opening and supervision of, sorry. I'm a bit stressed, but hope everything is clear. If I need to slow down, don't hesitate to cry or something. Well, voilà. Well, to fully exploit the potential. No. Well, in Switzerland, concerning hemp product, the classification in each category determines the Swiss legislation to which it is subject. If a product does not meet the legal requirement for its intended to use, it cannot be marketed in Switzerland and cannot be placed on the Swiss market. Finally, products are assessed individually considering all the characteristics such as composition, intent to use, dosage, etc. In general, the person who places it on the market is required to provide information on its intent to use, medicine, medical device, foodstuff, cosmetic product, and chemical product. In case of doubt, the enforcement authority decides that a product will be governed by a specific legislation to take the necessity, to take the right measure. Well, those are the regulator in Switzerland. The Federal Office of Public Health, so FOPH, is responsible for the declaration of product containing tobacco substitute with CBD in retail packaging. It's also responsible for granting exceptional authorization for tobacco products with high addictive content, for cannabis product with THC containing, of course, at least less than 1%. In therapeutic product, medicine or medical device, Swissmedic is responsible. Foodstuff and electronic cigarettes or liquids for electronic cigarettes that contain CBD fall under the jurisdiction of the FVOV. And the Federal Office for Agriculture deals with aspects of commercial cultivation in agriculture and horticulture. Under the food law, products containing tobacco substitute intent for smoking are governed by the Tobacco Ordinance TOB SA 817.06. This rule continues to apply even though the federal court has established that hemp products containing CBD are not products containing tobacco substitute, within the meaning of the federal law on tobacco taxation. The person responsible for placing the product on the market is obliged to carry out self-monitoring. He must declare the product to the FOPH before they are placed on the market by submitting the necessary documentation and supporting documents. Any advertising that suggests any health benefits of tobacco product is prohibited, and the control is the responsibility of the competent cantonal enforcement authority. Furthermore, consumers are exposed to criminal prosecution abroad since the THC limit allowed in the hemp product differ from the country to another, and the rule may be stricter. If you want to dig deeper on all the legal characteristic of the Swiss market, I invite you to come at the round table. Okay. Well, what about the French market? The French national regulation concerning CBD are not always understood by the actor. According to a recent parliament report, the system currently in force is one of the most restrictive in Europe. This has led to an increase in the number of lawsuits and disputes that are sometimes difficult to understand, and which is funny. Paradoxically, it is difficult to apply on a practical level, which put the French actors of the sector in a situation of legal insecurity. However, recent development in the European jurisprudence should lead to a review of some of its essential aspects. Well, most country, okay. Most countries that have moved to recognize the commercial use of hemp and flower have had to deal with the law applicable, which although which in CBD are similar in appearance to flower used to smoke THC for recreational purpose. Suppose all restriction on the commercial use of smokable hemp flower are removed. In that case, it will become commercially exploitable. As such, provided that the THC limit set at the national level in the crops is respected. Of course, nothing prevents France from enacting specific constraint. There are regularity categories in the French law that could characterize CBD flower, including that of a plant-based smoking product other than tobacco, and it is derived from the directive of 2014. Well, one last point on the subject. It is important to note that when a tobacco product complies with the directive mentioned and has been validated by one of the member states, the product becomes by fact compliant in the other member states and is subject to a free circulation. So France can no longer oppose the product because it has been sold for 3 years in Belgium and Luxembourg, and for 1 year in Poland under the same directive. So it should be not forgotten that the statute of hemp in tobacco is an industrial and not an agricultural status. There seems to have been something of a gold rush of entrepreneur marketing smokable hemp, with the store opening and closing rapidly, and the situation is constantly changing. Keeping up with the regularity change will be a challenge for small businesses, and increased regulation is likely to favor larger companies, of course. Uh, Another opportunity for all the actors is the online distribution that seems to play a crucial role in expanding this phenomenon, and several large shopping platforms and social networking applications offer these types of opportunity. Trade bodies themselves have called for, concerning all the legislative framework, trade bodies themselves have called for greater clarity and on applicable regulation. Um, Concerning France, in France, um, including Europe more generally, it should be a central player in the global hemp market, but it is not the case today. The fees associated with the development of a product derived from cannabis explain in large part the persistence of this kind of irregularity environment that is both restrictive and complex. The country has an advantages in the hemp sector and should be able to structure a national hemp industry easily. On a structural level, the country have some benefit from production and research capacities that will allow it to obtain a privileged position on the European market. Um, and the French market is that we particularly appreciate because of its complexity and the development challenge that it represents. Will, I think, open the doors at the end of the years? Well, once again, I invite you to come to the rent table in order to discuss about all those points. And before I thank you for your listenings, it was quite difficult, I think, but I would like to congratulate the organization, and that's it for me. Thank you very much.